What's up, guys? My name is Doofus Mcdooface, and today I'm creating a tier list for waves of Legion TD2. And just to clarify, these are the best waves in my opinion, whether it's they're epic or to send Mythium or to get king damage, right? So these are, I'm saying, are the best waves probably to win the game, right? So the waves that I'm scared of, or the waves that I've had epic holds on because of the difficulty level. It's just my opinion, right? And let me know what your favorite waves are, or your least favorite waves. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Crabs, right? Wave 1. I mean, the only thing you can actually do on wave 1 is send a snail or a king up, right? So in terms of leaking or having anything epic happen, there's nothing really crazy for crabs, right? Wave 1 is wave 1. I won't give it the D tier because you can fiesta wave 1. But like whether you leak or hold wave 1, nothing really matters. You don't get any big king damage. I think the early waves are the early waves for a reason. So that one is that. The tiny whale chiefs, right? Or I guess that is the whale chief, right? The tiny whales, I think it's the same thing, right? Like you can't really leak that bad on wave 2. Like I guess there's the scenarios where you're like a flower or you get roboed, but nothing really crazy happens wave 2. Let's just be honest, right? I mean, you can max in 60 Mythium. And I guess you can have crazy good holds, right? Like Bone Crusher and a Bone Warrior. You can have a cool hold, but I think the first couple waves are, I mean, it's how you start the game, right? It's why you're able to push workers. The toads, the earlier toads. Did we put this in B tier yet? I mean, what crazy things can happen on wave 3, right? What crazy things can happen? It's probably the first wave you can send a brute, right? It's the first wave you can realistically send a brute, leak someone pretty bad, and the gold matters. So I think wave 3 you could definitely put in B tier. I don't think you're that bad off if you go for a real send on 3, or honestly that you can't like get a lead by holding a big wave 3 send, right? You hold an 80 or even a 60 on 3 that somebody's been saving for, you can definitely turn the tide of the game just like that. Whereas I feel like wave 1 and 2, holding a 40, not going to change that much, you know. Leaking a 40 can change a little bit, but not as much as wave 3 leaking a 60 bad, right? So yeah, I think B tier is fine, right? The flying chickens. Normally, I'd put this in the B or C, and I'm going to put it in B for right now, but if you guys have been watching my videos or playing the game a lot recently, there's something called the 4 eyes on 4 strategy. There's something called the 4 eyes on 4 strategy recently that's kind of tearing up the game. I think I just changed my mind. I'm going to change all of this. I'm changing all of this. Everybody goes down a pop. I think everybody goes down a pop. Okay. That's my plan. After thinking about it, I think I had to drop everybody. Okay, so I'm thinking we put the flying chickens in B. And I think now that they're clearly ahead of waves 1, 2, and 3, I think they're good right there at B. Normally, I think I'd put them at C, right next to wave 3. But damn, that 4 eyes, the 4 eyes on 4, the Sui into 4, where your one teammate just pushes workers only, or fiestas like wave 1 and then just leaks everything. The other person just holds, right? The early waves, trying to one-shot the boss in wave 4 sounds silly. And then you actually see it happen. And then it actually happens to you. And then you do it to other people. And it's like, okay, flying chicken wave 4, now we're getting some excitement in the game, right? Also, leaking a hermit really bad on 4 can hurt. Dinos can mess everything up on 4. I think now wave 4 we're getting kind of some level of excitement. And I think the same thing with The Scorpions on wave 5. I hate to say it, but Hermit is just, especially these two waves. Hermit on these two waves just could really change games, right? You do not want to receive a Hermit on these two waves, unless you hold it, right? And then it's one of those situations where you hold at least 80 Mythium on 4 and 5. You're feeling pretty good. I feel like maybe I should have had the Scorpions higher, as like a shout out to Mr. Slickens, who loves leaking wave 5 massively, often, by over pushing. But I feel like with the invention of the 4-Eyes Stray, I feel like the Flying Turtles deserves to be a little higher. I think it deserves to be a little higher. Rocco's wave 6. I'm not liking this wave, okay? I think this is a tough one. I'm leaking wave 6 a lot. I leak wave 6 a lot. So if I'm saying the best waves to send, wave 6 is either A. I'm gonna say A. The stupid like buff they added here. I gotta look at that stupid buff real quick. Just to clarify. The stupid impale thing. The stacking, yeah, the impale, each attack amplifies damage dealt. The stacking thing just sucks, man. I don't like it at all. I mean, it's really powerful. It's really powerful. Because like it went from back in the day, you had a Violet, you had a Zerker, you had a Yuzora. You literally full held wave 6. Literally, you full hold wave 6. Nowadays, that won't work because they're all stacking damage, right? If you have 3 Roccos on 1 Zerker, the Zerker barely is able to hold against 3. But you have 6 on it, he's toast. A Violet, you're toast, right? So Roccos are really, really strong. Please stop sending me a reel on wave 6. I would appreciate that. Slimes wave 7. I get mimicked on wave 7 so often. But although I leak a lot wave 7, I don't think it's a general consensus of people leaking wave 7. I think it's just because I always start so much magic damage and I over push, right? And I spam tier 1s, right? Like I do everything possibly to be weak on wave 7, where I feel like the normal player isn't as weak wave 7. So maybe I'm a little biased here, biased for B, but I don't think Slime is as strong as Rocco's, right? Like I feel like you can get way more king damage on wave 6 than you can 7. Yeah, whereas I really feel like taking 50% king on wave 6 feels way more detrimental than taking 50% king on wave 7, if that makes sense. I know that sounds weird, but it's just the truth from my perspective. So I think I'm going to stick with that. Cobras, sort of the same thing. GKs, right? There's a lot of nasty sends on 8. And the one I think I'm liking the most recently is Pack Leader. I think Pack Leader on 8 shreds. So you can do some really good work on wave 8. But I don't feel like it's like amazing. Like I don't feel like you can win the game on wave 6, right? With a big send. And I guess you could on wave 4, but there's just so few possibilities, right? Unless you're like pretty much full pushing. One of you guys is swinging for it. I just don't feel like 8 is quite as strong. Like there's been certain times in Legion where 8 is as strong to one-shot a team. I think I've only one-shotted somebody on 8 like once or twice. And just this patch, 6, I've probably done 5, 6 times. Same thing, 7, maybe once or twice lifetime, maybe 3 times. The Cobras are good, but I feel like people are starting to understand like that the Cobras are strong, so it's not as strong, if that makes sense, right? Once people know that a wave is strong, except for wave 6, where my brain is like not understanding, please defend wave 6. Although now we know to build a unit 1 tile up on the right, right? This is sort of like getting out of hand. I'm kind of rambling here. But now that we've leaked wave 6 so often, we know that if you have like a archer or a pilgrim, right, on the left, and you build a unit 1 tile directly above it on the right, 2 go left, right? So we finally found that out, right? And I feel like the Cobras are just, I don't know. I feel like you don't have to game as hard for wave 8 as maybe you do wave 6, right? Like, as long as you don't get long saved, plus like 160 plus Mythium, I feel like you're just chilling. So, wave 9. Bro, I'm just going to put everything in B. I think at first I thought like 9 was nasty. I thought 9 was nasty. I'm fairly certain that they nerfed it recently. Also with the Skybot, the new Pulse Bot Skybot sort of is one of the best units on wave 9 in the entire game. I just don't feel like 9 is as dangerous as it was, you know, recently at least. I don't think I'm seeing like that wave 9 death, right? And I'm not aiming for wave 9 as often as I used to. I'm not sure why that is, but yeah. I feel like the Carapace is wave 9. Just B tier. Nothing too crazy. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, we could look at it real quick and see if it changes our mind, but deflection reduces damage taken from ranged units. Hard exoskeleton. It's 12 of them. I don't know. I'm just not that terrified of wave 9 anymore. Yeah. And this is crazy. Granddaddy C tier. What? Granddaddy wave 10 C tier. I'm serious. I'm not making a joke here. I feel like that boss wave sucks. It doesn't do that much king damage. And if one person holds the big send, I had this recently. Actually, the video I posted today, or I guess it would have been days ago, was Crab Warlocks only. And we received I'm literally watching it right now, 340 and 360 Mythium on wave 10. Guess what happened? I leaked because Crab Warlock only. My teammate full holds, game's over. We instantly win the game, right? So I feel like, and we didn't even take that much king damage, right? We took 5-10% king damage, maybe 20%. It just feels like the Granddaddy just isn't that strong right now, in my opinion, right? And I think it's getting buffed in the next patch, so makes sense. Yeah, I'm not as scared on 10. Like there's a saying in Legion, 10 is for the king, right? Wave 10 is for the king. There's certainly other waves, right? Like wave 6, right? If you say wave 6 is for the king, you're going to be super behind. Where I feel like Granddaddy wave, All right, wave 11. Bro, I'm just going to put everything in B. This is outrageous. I think before the range change, I think the Quills would have been an A. This is a tough one. No. I'm going to go A. And there's two reasons. There's two reasons for Quills being an A. The reason that Quills are an A is because of the Legion spells. The aggressive and defensive king spells, right? Like I'm saying that my tier list is built not only off of the best waves to leak your opponent, but also the most exciting of waves, right? And I think there's very few exciting things as getting long saved, receiving 500-600 Mythium on wave 11. They use press the attack or all out assault, and there's sacrifice or protector or divine, and you have an Azeria that tanks 600 Mythium, an Azeria that full holds wave 11, a Dread Knight with Divine Blessing that full holds wave 11. It holds the aggressive send. That is excitement, right? That is epic. And wave 11 just does a ton of king damage, right? You can die on wave 11 very easily, very easily. So I feel like wave 11, let's actually put it higher than, yeah, I think for excitement purposes, it's going to be higher than the Rockos. I like wave 11, as long as I'm not getting real sent. It's a good one. So, wave 12. This wave is getting abused right now. These stupid mantises, I don't like wave 12. Like this is just a meta. This is a meta placement. Yes, my first S tier has to be the stupid praying mantises or whatever they're called. the wave 12 unit. Yeah, just Mantis. These Sons of Guns are just shredding everybody on wave 12. In like the top 500, it's called wave 12 abuse. Because if you, and yeah, wave 12 abusers, if you send wave 12, you're sort of just like cheesing the game because they made it way too strong. Yeah, it's just juicy, man. Not only you can still use one of those Legion spells, right? You can still use one of the Legion spells. The only deterrent, and this happened to me recently, is sending wave 12 when they're savior. That's the one thing I would say is a bad idea. Other than that, I think wave 12 sending is just, it's really good. Don't do it against me. But savior, right? If there's savior in the game, because you clearly see it on wave 11, right? You'll clearly see that your opponents have taken savior, unless their king is 100%, right? If you see that both of your opponents have saviored, they both got the 90 gold plus the king HP. As strong as wave 12 is, you probably want to save for 13 or 14, right? Because you know that they have that extra gold, right? You really don't want to send when they're already getting extra gold. So that is the one thing I would say about wave 12 that maybe we got to look out for. Other than that, it's just killer. Drill Masters 13, definitely put those bad boys in S tier. Those things are cooking. Those things are cooking right now. Another wave killer. I'm going to skip ahead, right? I'm going to skip ahead here and just sort of blow my load. Oh, wait, that's the wrong thing. I meant to grab down. Sorry. I'm going to blow my load and say that 14 used to be S tier. These used to be A tier. But I think right now they shifted the game to where like 12 and 13 way stronger than 14. I used to be like, it was always 11 and a 14, right? You income 11, send 14. You income 11, send 14. Or income 11, build for 14, right? And then I'd build Sakuras, which is horrible, and then leak like 400 over on 14, right? Like 14 was horrifying. Horrifying. It's not as scary anymore, right? You need to be more scared of 12 and 13. So specifically 13. 13, okay, I leaked 3 times recently with a full Hades with Leviathan buff on 13. Like 200 under. I was like, oh, I'm good. Bam, shredded, game over. Bam, shredded, game over. 13 Drill Masters killing it. Those dudes are hitting hard. I don't know. Whatever they did recently made them like way too strong. I guess I need to read the patch. They must have just given them more damage or something. Or increase their attack speed. I don't know what it was, but I don't like it when I'm receiving, but I love it. I love it when I'm sending. Also, seems like Azirias are dying on 13 more often. Like the units that you expected to be good on 13 are leaking more often than I've seen. Azirias, Hades, right? Those types of units. And also the new catapult. Also, I've seen that leak quite a few times on 13. So those big tier 5s, tier 6s are still getting shred on 13. Which I don't know. I didn't really expect that. And then yeah, 14, the next arcane unit, right? The next arcane wave, and it's strong, right? I don't think there's too much to say about it. It's a really strong wave, but I don't think it's like as outrageous as it used to be. I think it's really good in A tier. It's still, I mean, honestly, if I'm going to be honest, I think it still has the most kills, right? The most deaths, right? The most game endings. I think Wave 14 still has the most game endings, but I think it's on a down slope. Whereas like Wave 12 and 13, S tier waves are on the upslope. So, Wave 15. I think it's A. I think it's A. It's not S tier. I would have said B tier, but people are dying on 15 a lot more. People are dying a lot more on 15. Like, you actually just straight die. If like 2 full bosses on a full king, you're pretty much dead. And I don't remember that ever happening. So I think right now, the quadrupuses are really strong on 15. I used to be able to do more epic stuff, you know, spamming tier 1s. but people now know like the way to like counter the spamming of gargoyles or spamming of Pee-wees on 15 is Needler. So, you know, like Needler on 15 feels pretty damning, or damning. I don't know how to speak. Yeah, so I feel like 15's solid. Um, Definitely can have epic holds. Definitely can be a game winner. Um, but I don't love the wave. I don't know. I used to be way more excited, and I'm gonna be honest with you. The reason I love 15 was because I could spam so many tier ones. I could spam so many tier ones, and then they created like the multi-shot thing, where it's hitting multi things at once. Honestly, I think they got rid of that. I don't even pay attention enough, unless they still have it. Yeah, they got rid of the multi-shot, and it's just they attack way faster, right? It attacks way faster to sort of make up for the multi-shot. But I still love spamming tier ones, and it just doesn't feel as good on 15 anymore. So, 16. Or do I do C? Do I really take a shot at wave 16? I'm going to take a shot at wave 16. Wave 16 Cardinals. Since I started playing the game in 2021, the Cardinals have been made fun of so often for being wave 16 doesn't kill you. Wave 16 can't kill. Wave 16 isn't a game ender. It really is so rare. It feels like it's so rare to one shot. Of course, you can put away a team that's 50% HP, 40% HP, down a little bit. But killing a full king on 16, even if they leak over 100% both of them, is so difficult. And with Kingsguard, it's pretty much impossible. So are there epic things on wave 16? Yes. Like, can you pawn shop for a ton of pyros or a ton of death caps? Are there epic things? Yes. So maybe it deserves to be in B tier. But I think we got to make a statement. I think I have to make a statement that wave 16 is weak. Wave 16 is just, it's not as exciting as the other waves, right? Or scary, right? I'm way more scared of 12 through, probably 12 through 19. With the exception of 16, I'm scared, right? I think I could lose any of those waves pretty reasonably. Wave 16? Unless I've got a really crappy build or already taken tons of king, I'm really not that scared of 16. That's why I income so much, because I expect my opponents to send 16, and I expect us to live. And if we live, we're in a great spot. Wave 16, you suck. Wave 17, however, bam, S tier, no doubt about it. I mean, what do we need to talk about? This is a killer wave, right? Seems like they put all the juice from 16 into 17. I've been losing on 17 a lot. I've been winning on 17 a lot. And it seems like the best route is like saving 13 into 17 or 12 into 17. It's pretty nasty. I don't like when people long save all the way to 17. Because even if you have a full king, you could still die pretty easily. You can still die on 17 really easily. And it doesn't feel like there's that many units to like defend wave 17. If that sounds kind of crazy. I don't know. I feel like archers aren't as good on 17. Even like Doomsday on 17 doesn't feel great. I don't know. The units that it recommends never seem to like really be a slam dunk. Like a full haven doesn't feel as strong. Feels like 17 you just need value. You need value or like a giga combo, like a super combo. And yeah, just I don't know. Honestly, what even is wave 17 called? It should be called like a pain in the ass wave. Metal dragons. Yeah, okay. I guess that's why we're dying so often, is because it's literally dragons. That makes sense. All right, the Whale Chiefs 18. I don't quite think Whale Chiefs are S tier, right? I feel like they don't do as much damage to the king. I still feel like it's a strong wave, but I don't feel like there's damning. See, I still said it wrong. As damning, right? I still don't feel like it's that strong. I don't know. There's just something about it. There's just something about Wave 18 recently that's not as scary. Yeah, the poison tip pull deals 9. I think when it was doing the AoE, they made it S tier for a short period of time. Wave 18 was definitely S tier scary for a short time when they had it where it did like 200 AoE damage everything it killed, I believe. Everything it killed, so you would spam little guys. It would spam little guys, and you would actually take more damage than you would have if you didn't even build the little looters, little gargs, whatever buzzes. And then they switched like their feast, right? Feast, where it's like everything it kills, it gains like a little attack speed, a little damage, I think. Actually, not even sure what it's. That's what feast is, right? It gains a little more damage. Like literally, wave 20 is the wave 20 should say what it is. Yeah, feast restores 0.1% health and 0.5% attack speed. That's what feast is. Although, wait, there's no feast on wave 18? I could have sworn there was feast on wave 18. Alright, that's it. It's in B tier. If there's no feast, then it is B tier. If there's no feast, it's B tier. I've been doing that for a long time. I'm about to sandbox that, bro. Alright, I'm on wave 18 here, and you're telling me that there's no feast? Alright, so these guys, they're going to do the AoE. Okay, there is feast. There literally is feast. Okay, there literally is feast. Okay, it just doesn't say it there. Alright, back to A tier. Back to A tier. Alright. After doing research, we can put the Whale Chiefs back into A tier. I think they've earned their spot. We've done the science. We can put Whale Chiefs back into A tier. They earn their keep. As long as there's feast, even though it doesn't say it, I knew that there was feast. A tier. It just doesn't. The reason I can put an S tier just doesn't seem to kill as often, right? It seems like the Legion King does so much damage, and there's only 6 of them per player, right? There's only 6 of them per player. So if you only leaked like two apiece, the King should handle business. Wave 19, A tier. Wave 19, the Toads, the Dire Toads. I'm gonna go with A tier. Once again, I used to feel like it was S tier. I used to feel like it was S tier, but I'm just not killing the King anymore. People are telling me do not send on 18, do not send on 19. And I feel like they're kind of right. It just doesn't seem as scary. It just doesn't seem as scary to send wave 19 anymore. Where I used to be horrified, you know, or gates holding, right? Units that are not pierce, units that are not fortified. Holding on 19 is very frustrating, right? And it's been happening a lot. Yeah, I just don't know what happened in 19. What did happen in 19? Is it that they just got rid of the multi-shot, right? They keep changing the stuff. It used to have the multi-shot, and now it's just feast, right? Where I feel like wave 18, right? When they had the big AoE, right? The big splash damage AoE when you kill someone. When this had the multi-shot thing, whereas they were shooting, what, 3 things a piece instead of the one big shot. I felt like that was killing it. They take that away, and I feel like it made it weaker. Same thing with the quadrupuses, too. The quadrupuses were doing multi-shot. Now they just shoot faster. Now they just shoot faster. If you want to make these nastier, if you want to end games quicker, I'd say bring back multi-shot. Bring back multi-shot. Bring back that nasty AoE when you kill something, right? That 200 damage tip pull when you kill something. I don't know. That's what I would say. But yeah, wave 19, A tier. Still super strong, but not as strong as it once was, in my opinion. Mcdooface, wave 20, the final boss. I'm in a tough spot here. I literally could place this in S, A, or B tier. Genuinely. And I'm just trying to think through the games that I've had, the games that I've seen. I think I'm going to put it in S tier because of excitement, right? Because I'm not only talking about like killing the King, I'm also talking about excitement. And there has been some amazing Wave 20 holds that really are what the game is about. Right, you get saved on for Wave 20, 2,000, 3,000 Mythium, and you hold, or you win the king race because they've been starving so long. And the boss, this boss does shred the king. The Legion King does get shredded by the Wave 20 boss, right? Can you live? Certainly. But is it rare? Yes. Like, if you're leaking big bosses, unless you have Kingsguard, even with Kingsguard, even full King Kingsguard, you can definitely die to 2 of those bosses. And I just feel like the excitement of the quickness of the King HP going down has to put that in S tier, right? Just for the King race purpose. The amount of King races that I've had on Wave 20 that are just so epic because of how fast the King HP can go down. Like, you can literally just, it's just millisecond difference. And it's heartbreaking or it's heart satisfying. Like, there's no in between. Like, you can feel the tension in the air when those bosses are slowly going down the mid lane about to attack your king. I gotta put an S tier. And there's no doubt. I mean, come on. Legion Lord's best wave in the whole game. I don't even need to talk about it, right? I will. I love late game. Me love late game, right? Doofus Mcdooface loves late game. If I could go to wave 23, 24 every rank game, I would. That's just what I like. I like the long videos. I make long videos. It's good for me. It's fun for me. I can sort of relax and then just hope that I have an epic build. You get to see epic combos. You get to have tons of income. You get to have your board over 10,000 value. And then, I mean, it's always scaling, right? They always get 8% stronger. So it's literally a game within a game. And then you don't get any income for sending. So then there's the game within the game of, do I send here? Do I save here? And it's the only wave that you're actually able to wait and see. Okay, let's save for 22, right? Okay, wave 22. We wait for wave 21 to be killed. Wave 22 build phase is going on, and you can look. My recommended value is still plus 200. Yours is minus 300. Do we send here or do we save? Do we send here or do we save? It's intense. It's stressful, right? You're trying to build and decide if you want to send or not. And then the painful thing, too, is let's say you send, right? Your opponents don't leak. You don't leak. And you're thinking, oh, my goodness, we would have held, right? We would have held because you don't get any extra income from sending, right? So if you hold, it means you would have held anyhow, right? I just love it. There's epic music, a little bit of like the color changes. Wave 21, without a doubt, the best wave in the game. Let's just be honest. That's what I got. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Please let me know your favorite and least favorite waves. Did I get anything super duper wrong? Are you a Granddaddy fan and a little disrespected? There's no way you're a Cardinal fan. There's no way you're a Wave 16 fan. Maybe that one should have been D tier. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. And please like, please comment. More tier lists to come. Thank you.